So let's have a look at these. This is a ball screw nut. It goes onto this 1605 ball screw. The numbers mean that it has 16 millimeters in outside diameter and 5 millimeters lead, which is actually the distance it travels on one turn. And this is its nut, which also is labeled with dash and a number at the end, and the number means how many inside closed loops there are inside the thread. Each of these covers, now this is dash 3 and there are 3 inner loops, is kind of a return loop, which means that the balls inside that thread get shifted from one row into the other, and that's how they keep actually that's how they stay in the very same loop and not get out of it. So I'm gonna try to repair this one, filling with balls, which is kind of tricky, but it is indeed possible, so that we can get our axis working again. The first thing you're gonna wanna do is actually take out these balls. Now, I don't know how many there should be exactly in your setup, and since I've already lost some, I guess I don't know the precise number of my ball nut as well, but the rule of thumb is don't overfill it because it can get, you know, clogged. But if there's like 2 or 3 less in each of them, it may become a little bit loose, but it's not that much of a big deal. So you're gonna put them in grease, and you're gonna take a flathead screwdriver, which is magnetic. It's not a necessity, actually the grease itself can hold it as well, but it usually is better done with a magnetic one. You're gonna take the nut, clean it from the inside, make sure you've got these return covers in their places, and you're gonna start with the side near the flange, right? So you're gonna take a nut, a ball, and start filling them in, just making sure you do not fill them where they're not supposed to be.
This is what happens when the balls are not properly seated.
If you're using grease to kind of hold the balls in, you might not need this actually, but it's very much recommended if you're taking the nut from the ball screw itself to actually slide this onto the ball screw, and this will kind of hold in the balls while you're taking the screw out, otherwise they're going to fall out. For instance, from the manufacturer there was no grease inside, or very little at least, so the balls just don't hold in, and it's a necessity to use something like this. Now this is just a syringe that's got like 12 millimeters in diameter, I think, which is cut off, and this is something that will and can save you a ton of time if you pay attention to this prior to having to reassemble the whole thing. So I managed to actually get it on properly. As you can see, it is sliding quite nicely right now. So it is possible to rebuild these. It's just a little tricky, and I'm gonna show you one other thing to pay attention to. This is a replacement nut I got, and I'm missing one of these return covers, so to say, so that's why I'm not using it. And also I felt like
The replacement nut, although being perfectly identical, probably has some damage, although I didn't see it. That made it run a little rougher. So in the end, I put these replacement covers from the replacement one into the original one, and that's the one that's on the actual ball screw. But what I wanted to show you is it might be handy to actually get these covers aligned so that the text on them has the same orientation on each of them. So if the text is to be read from this position, then on the other ones you should also have them oriented in the same way, like this, so that you can read it from here and not the other way around.